Hello my friends, today's video is finally my updated thoughts on the Korean skincare brand CosRx. Now you all know that this brand and I go way back, but today we're finally gonna do it. We are gonna rank how I feel about these products in 2023. CosRx is such a huge brand that this is probably going to be a long video, so we gotta get through this intro quickly. As always, timestamps and links are in the description box below. Most of these products I did purchase with my own money, with the exception of some being received through Yesstyle or Stylevana. I will link everything below and include my discount codes to both of those retailers if you would like to get a discount while helping to support the channel. And finally, breathe. You know, sometimes you gotta remind yourself. Finally, this video is all only my opinions, most likely very influenced by my skin type, which is dry and acne prone. As always, this is not an end-all be-all of how these products are, and I encourage all of you watching, if we share opinions, if we disagree on opinions, feel free to share your thoughts in the comment section below. Let's get into it. We are going to go through these products from my favorite to my least favorite, and it is kind of funny. In all truth, there's really only a handful of products that I absolutely love and a handful of products that I really dislike. For the most part, most products fall in the middle, like a beautiful bell curve. And I feel like that's not surprising. I think that should be the experience for most people. You know, I think you're gonna find that most skincare is fine, because it should go through adequate testing before it hits the market, but that doesn't mean that the ingredients profile is gonna be a perfect match for your skin. It doesn't mean that texture is going to work for your skin type. So this is all to say, again, it's all just my opinions. But I do want to start with the product that I kind of rediscovered. It is my third bottle of this, and it is none other than the Propolis Synergy Toner. I am ranking this as my #1 CosRx product. And the simple reason is because every time I go back to this, I remember how good it is. It's so funny though, because when you look at the ingredients, it looks fine, but it doesn't necessarily look all that interesting. At least if you're excited by ingredients like, I don't know, Medicasicide, peptide ingredients like I do tend to be, it just looks a little basic. And yet, every time I actually use this, I feel like it's anything but basic. And ultimately, that might just come down to the ingredients in this work really well for my skin. Propolis. I do feel like I've been talking a lot about propolis lately, and it is a great ingredient for acne-prone skin types, as long as your skin gets along with it. It is antioxidant, antibacterial, antifungal, anti-inflammatory, anti-establishment, probably. And this formula contains 72.6% propolis extract. Really quickly, a chat about extracts. So I think that people are sometimes confused by extract concentrations. Extracts are diluted, I should say typically, because there's always exceptions. Extracts are typically diluted as opposed to concentrated. A really good example of this is actually the I'm From Mugwort line. So if you're familiar with those, their essence contains 100% mugwort extract, while the mask contains 2.6% mugwort. But if you look at the two, it almost looks as though the mugwort mask contains more of those mugwort ingredients. And that's in addition to 10% honey extract, another ingredient that works really well for my skin type. And the thing is, this product, it never bothers my skin. I have a difficult skin type, it reacts to a lot of things, and this just never stings, it's never uncomfortable. Instead, it is always deeply hydrating. And in terms of texture, it's actually a little bit thicker, so you don't need any cotton pads to apply it to your skin. I will say if you use one layer of it, it's not sticky. It can start to get a little sticky if you build it up. However, one of my favorite ways to use this is to pour it onto, you know, those DIY mask pads that I've talked about. It's a little too thick to work with the compressed sheet masks, but it works really well with this method. I love to do that. it's really a way to see even more of what this does for your skin. However, I do reserve that for night use because that does usually make my skin feel a little sticky. Incredibly hydrated, incredibly calmed and soothed, but a little sticky. So yes, it's one of those products where sometimes I forget just how much I love it, but all it takes is one use for me to go, oh yeah, that's one of my favorite products. Number 2 on my list is from new CosRx, and it is the 6-peptide skin booster. The CosRx The Ordinary line hasn't really captured my interest until this product, because we have vitamin C serums in the West, we have a lot of hyaluronic acid serums, niacinamide serums, but I've never seen a product like this before, and I love what it is. They are calling it a serum with 6 forms of peptides in it, some hyaluronic acid, your natural moisturizing factors, amino acids, and it really is a giant serum that is more of a toner. 5.07 fluid ounces, and that makes it a beautiful, hydrating toner. But let's talk about the peptides. When I talked about this recently, a lot of people were surprised that I didn't spend a ton of time going over all of these proclaimed benefits of these peptides. And let me reiterate that my hesitation in doing that is because we don't yet have peer-reviewed published literature. What we have is promising manufacturers' data, but I'm always a little hesitant of overly trusting that, the manufacturer wants you to buy their products. Really, they want the companies to buy their products and then you by extension. But we need to make sure that we can replicate those results. And until we can replicate those results, I think it is safer to say that peptides act as humectants. If you do see additional benefits, feel free to comment. I feel like I do, but I don't want to overstate those benefits because of where we are in the research. Here's something you might find interesting though. So in the Korean section, they do actually disclose we'll say percentage. They do disclose the percentage of peptides used in this. It's in parts per million form because it always is in K-beauty products. It's just the way they do it. But when you have the parts per million, you know the percentage. So, for example, acetyl hexapeptide 8 is in here at 5 parts per million. That equates to 0.0005%. Which is low, but I will re-emphasize the use level of strictly the peptide, acetyl hexapeptide 8, is actually 0.005% to 0.05%. So it is still lower, especially the copper tripeptide ingredient, which has a use level of between 1 and 10%. That is one of few peptides where you actually get into the whole numbers. SH polypeptide 121 is in here at 1.98 parts per million. That is 0.000198 or 0.002 if we want to round up. Yes, it's low, but again, even that peptide is used at about 0.1%. So this is all to say, I wouldn't rely on this as your peptide product, but it's named appropriately. It's the Peptide Skin Booster, and as a booster that gives additional hydration, and if you want to pair this with other peptides, it will help those to absorb better. I think that is what this product is, and in that sense, it is so well made. You can use multiple layers of this, and I don't find that my skin gets sticky or tacky. It is just, it's a hit for me from the from the CosRx The Ordinary collection. We gotta start moving through these more quickly, but we will once we get out of my favorites. So number 3, the Propolis Honey Overnight Mask. This is a product that I didn't think I would love because I tend to not be the biggest fan of your gel textures, but oh my goodness, as an overnight mask, as the last step of my skincare routine, I love this. This texture is fantastic for locking everything in while also giving you 60% propolis extract, 5% honey extract, and 4% royal jelly extract. Oh, my numbers are a little off. 4.75% royal jelly. Oh, it's just such a nice final step. Remember that there is a slight smell to propolis because propolis as an ingredient naturally contains some scent constituents. So it does have it's a very faint smell and just a wonderful feel on my skin. I will be talking about the rice overnight mask later on. That to me is a lot more of a moisturizer, whereas this really has that occlusive, but a light occlusive overnight mask sensation. Number 4 on my list, I know, shock, horror, nobody can believe it, not even me. The Advanced Snail 96 Mucin Power Essence has moved out of my top 3. And not just my top 3 in this video, my top 3 products of all time. What on earth happened? 96% snail secretion filtrate, snail mucin, an ingredient that many praise for its anti-inflammatory effects, its deep hydration, not to mention all of the naturally occurring constituents of snail mucin. So why did this move out of my favorites? Funny enough, I think I actually already told you in this video. Unintentionally, I acted like I was giving an example, but I was totally talking about my own brain. I think that certain ingredients have replaced what this used to do for me. Medicasoside, your Cica actives, they're so amazing for repair, for soothing my skin. I've really come to appreciate those ingredients. Peptides, hydrating ingredients that may do a lot more. I'm a big fan of peptides as well, and I think that as a consequence of using more and more of those ingredients, this just started to not wow me as much. In addition to the fact that I've always had to be over here saying you can have an allergy to snail mucin, although really that's true of all ingredients as well. You can certainly have an allergy to propolis, you can have an allergy to salicylic acid, you can have an allergy to ingredients. But I've also heard from other people that something kind of funny happened with this product. It kind of feels more watered down, it doesn't feel like it used to. I don't know. I don't know if that's part of what's playing into it just kind of moving down from my favorites. I'm still putting it as number 4 because I know what this did for me for, what was it, 6 years? Something ridiculous. Yeah, I don't know how to include this into this video because basically new information has come to light, man, but as of 12 hours ago. As of 12 hours ago, one of you, thank you Jeanette, had messaged me that the ingredients might be a little different these days than it used to be. I can't verify this though. I can't because I don't have my box anymore. And like I said, I've been outgrowing this product, so I no longer have a backup. I don't actually think I'll repurchase this. So I haven't had time to process the new information. Let me know how this is for you, especially those of you that have been using this product for a long time. Do you still use it? Did you notice any changes? Or is it still the product that you've known for years and loved? Number next, because I'm already losing count of where we are, I'm gonna go with the BHA Blackhead Power Liquid. I was really surprised by this one. So this contains 4% betaine salicylate. That is the ingredient that they're calling BHA. Now keep in mind that it's not the same as salicylic acid. It is a much more gentle form, but if you are like me and you have a little bit more of a reactive skin type, especially an acne-prone reactive skin type, this might actually be a really good option for you. This is where we're really getting into the differences between Western products and K-beauty products. K-beauty products tend to be more gentle, and this is perfectly in line with that, while also having, in my personal opinion, a little bit of a better texture. CosRx has a ton of toners, and I no longer have all of the toners that I've tried, but a lot of them are just kind of watery. This one has a little bit more body to it, which makes it easier to work with. You don't need an additional cotton pad. It's gentle, it's straightforward, it does have willow bark in it, which remember, that is often called a BHA as well, but it's not going to be the same kind of exfoliant as, again, salicylic acid. Instead, it does have anti-inflammatory properties. But again, you want anti-inflammatory properties if you have acne. So ultimately, gentle, but never underestimate gentle. Gentle can be the perfect fit. We are just going to be fighting all day today, aren't we? I should also tell you all, if you notice in the clips that I'm including in this video, the hole in my head, that relates back to the conversation I was having in my Ulta haul about insomnia. Yeah, it's not some kind of skin issue. Instead, it's that I was trying to get some peanut butter out of the cupboard, and I think I forgot how cupboards work. Thankfully, I've kind of finally started sleeping, but I am left with a hole in my head. It's under the hat. Next on my list, so I did buy this Acne Hero Kit. I can't remember when I talked about that, but I said I would follow up on the products, and I'm going to do that today. I have a clear favorite out of that set that I am ranking in this video, and it is the Ultimate Spot Cream. I absolutely love this. I do want to buy the full size of this. I don't think I'll buy full sizes of anything else in the kit, but I want the full size of this. And again, I feel like I already kind of mentioned my preferences here. Look at what we have going on in this product. We have asiaticoside, asiatic acid, medecasic acid, and tea tree oil. Now, tea tree oil is an essential oil, but it is a potent antibacterial ingredient, antimicrobial ingredient that if it works for you, it might work really well for you. And yes, that's the case for me. And you have all of this in this base of zinc oxide. Now remember again, zinc oxide, anti-inflammatory. It can be a great ingredient for acne-prone skin types. It is a spot treatment, so it is going to look pretty white on your skin. But the great part for me about this is if you have acne, you might know about how acne can appear in kind of clusters. Anyone else know the cluster acne situation? Okay, so if this happens to you, it can be kind of hard to treat it. You know, you go in with your hydrocolloids, but you've got this cluster of breakouts, and you're going, well, I'm going to have to stick 9 of these acne dots all over my face at once. That is the perfect time to reach for this product because you spread this all over your face. So yes, you will have a big white spot on your face, but it can treat a larger surface area with those antibacterial and anti-inflammatory ingredients and also those calming cica actives. I really like this. I've never seen anybody talk about this, but this ended up being a product where I want the full size. Next on my list, the Vitamin C 23. Now, I like this product a lot more than I thought I would. To be honest with you, this is one that I did receive from Yesstyle. When I first got it, I was not feeling very impressed. When I took it out of the packaging, it already looked a little yellow to me. This is a pure ascorbic acid product, and if it turns orange or brown, don't use it. But yellow is still okay. It just means that it's probably going to turn orange or brown in the near future. But CosRx does recommend storing this in your refrigerator. You don't have to have a mini fridge, just store it in at least your refrigerator. And I've been doing that. And with it being 23% L-ascorbic acid, which is above the levels that have been studied in the research, I was worried this was going to sting my skin. But they included a lot of calming ingredients, and it actually doesn't sting my sensitive skin. So I do like it more than I thought I would. All that said, I'm a little bummed that it is only 20 milliliters. It doesn't look like it's only 20 milliliters. They've got it in a big old bottle. The bottom line with this being, I will finish this as long as it doesn't turn brown or orange, but it's not my absolute favorite vitamin C. Again, to reiterate, my favorite vitamin C is actually Bubbles Vitamin C, made from sodium ascorbyl phosphate. That's a different ingredient. It doesn't claim to give you the hyperpigmentation fighting and collagen boosting that L-ascorbic acid may give you. However, it is a perfect fit for my skin type. As somebody with acne, it may help to fight acne. That's the benefit of understanding vitamin C and the vitamin C derivatives, is that it allows you to choose the right one for your skin type. Okay, let's move on. I'm going to put the Hyaluronic Acid 3 next. I actually do really like this one. It's just that it's still ultimately a hyaluronic acid serum, so it's another product where I will use this. I like it. But will I repurchase it? I've got so much hyaluronic acid, I'm not worried about that ingredient. I do like that this is a fragrance-free formula. It has some additional soothing benefits, including ceramide ingredients, and somehow hyaluronic acid at 3%. We don't see that too often. That's a high level for hyaluronic acid, which I think is what kind of makes it just a little bit goopy, but it doesn't feel goopy on your skin. Arguably, that may be because they included some denatured alcohol into the formula, which I know not everybody will like, but for me personally, I don't mind if it's formulated into a product with care. I'll put CosRx's patches next. I like them. I think they're fine. They do tend to be a little bit more expensive than some other K-beauty options, and I like the other options, so I won't go out of my way to buy these, but if I catch a good deal on them, yeah, I'll buy them. They work. And then we have some products that I genuinely think you're gonna like more if you do have more of normal to oily skin. The Ultimate Nourishing Rice Overnight Mask is actually really nice. I do feel like it's a little more of just a moisturizer for me personally, but this may be exactly the right consistency if you do have more normal to oily skin. It's a nice moisturizer. No complaints. Again, you know, I think there's a lot of great moisturizers out there, and this is one of them. This next product almost intrigues me a little more. It's a bit more lightweight, which is why with my dry skin type, I'm ranking it just a little bit lower. This is the oil-free ultra moisturizing lotion with birch sap. This really might be a perfect moisturizer for normal to oily, acne-prone skin because they did something very interesting with this. They're starting with the base of your hydrating birch, and they added in some of that 4-terpenol ingredient. And we've talked a little bit about that ingredient. It's one of those active constituents found in tea tree oil. Think medicoside is to cica as 4-terpenol is to tea tree oil. But obviously it's a different ingredient. It may give antibacterial benefits, but without the full profile of tea tree oil. That's an interesting ingredient to see in this product. So again, it's more unique than on the surface it sounded to me. And then we have the AC Collection Lightweight Soothing Moisturizer. Let's actually kind of talk about these together because it's a good way to contrast them. So for me, this is actually, the Lightweight Soothing Moisturizer is actually a little bit more of a true moisturizer. Let me give you some side-by-side swatches here. Okay, so this is your Birch moisturizer, and this is the AC Collection. And while the Birch has the 4-terpenol ingredient, the AC Lightweight Soothing Moisturizer does include tea tree oil, in addition to asiaticoside, asiatic acid, and medecosic acid. So you're getting a little bit more targeting towards acne with this product. That said, not everybody does well with tea tree oil, and it does have a strong smell. So I don't know, between the two, I think I kind of like the feel of this more on my dry skin, but I like that this one narrows things in a little more. Again, because it's really targeting, fighting bacteria without more of that potential for a reaction to occur. I like them both, but they are different. Next, we have the Lip Sleep, which I do remember being sent. I've never repurchased this product because it's not a perfect match for me, but I do respect what this is. This is a little more of a hydrating lip mask. Very few lip masks are made to target hydration. They're more so emollient, occlusive, whereas this is actually hydrating, and that might be a perfect pick for you if you do have dehydrated lips. Personally, I prefer a more occlusive lip balm, so it's another one of those products where I respect it for being different. It's just not a perfect match for my needs. I wasn't sure I was going to include this next one in this video, the Calming Liquid Mild from the AC Collection. I just haven't had a chance to try this very much, so as always, feel free to comment if you have. But I guess we'll go ahead and include it because I do want to talk at least a little bit about the more watery toners. Again, CosRx does have a lot of more watery toners, and to be honest with you, I feel like personally, in use, they don't feel all that different. This one is claiming to be mildly exfoliating, and it's going to be real mildly exfoliating. It has 0.2% gluconolactone and 0.2% betaine salicylate. So yeah, it's going to be real mild because we're talking about more mild exfoliants, and then we're talking about them in really low percentages. This one does have your cica actives, and it does have your tea tree oil ingredients, so it does have a bit of a smell. Yeah, it's another one where I'll use it, but I won't repurchase it. Same way I didn't repurchase the hyaluronic acid toner, the vitamin C toner. They're fine. The Galactomyces 95 Tone Balancing Essence. I feel like it looks like I've really loved this, but in all truth, this is one where I'm looking forward to finishing it. You may have seen a while ago, I did a comparison of SK2 with this product specifically. They both claim to contain around the same levels of that Galactomyces ferment filtrate. Oh, what a bummer that my results from the SK2 were just completely on another level from this. Because so is the price point. So is the price point. But you know, that really is the difference between that Galactomyces as Patera versus Galactomyces. Admittedly, my perception of this is also influenced by the texture, which I should like. Again, it has that thicker than water, more viscous consistency, but for some reason, I feel like I get a lot of pilling when I use this. Which is fine, it just means it's a PM product for me personally. Yeah, it's fine, there's nothing terrible about it. It's just that I'm struggling to finish it when there are Galactomyces-based products that I do like more. And they sure cost a lot more. We're down to the bottom three. Please don't hate me. Third from last place is the AHA-BHA Clarifying Treatment Toner. You know, honestly, this isn't a bad product. My beef with it is that I have some bones to pick with it. We do funny things with words, don't we? Okay, so it's saying it's an AHA-BHA product. And sure, it is. It has glycolic acid at 0.1%. It has, again, betaine salicylate, your more gentle BHA, at 0.1%. And so I feel like calling it the AHA-BHA Clarifying Treatment Toner just sounds like it's going to do so much more for your skin than I have found this to do. And that's not where it ends. I also don't like that it's in a spray bottle. And that might surprise you because I typically like a mist toner. But the thing is, in spite of this being in a spray toner, you're not supposed to spray it all over your face. You're supposed to spray it onto a cotton pad. Why would you do this to me, CosRx? This is like giving a child a small toy and saying, don't put it in your mouth. And I caught myself getting kind of grumpy with the ingredients here. They are saying that it has, let me see, 74.55% mineral water, and I found myself going, I don't even know why I was flustered, because like I said in the earlier products, when you're talking about extracts, they're mostly water. And as for getting grumpy with the mineral water, I have bought this. I've bought pure mineral water. Why was I grumpy with this product? But you know, again, I think it's because the name of this product, it feels a little misleading. It feels a little misleading. Really what they're saying is right here on the side of the box, with a low pH. That's kind of the point of this toner. If you are using a more alkaline cleanser, you might want to use this afterwards to help prep your skin better for the rest of your routine. It's kind of dated. Most people aren't doing that anymore, but if you are, this could be a good addition to your routine. I mean, it's not the only product on the market that does that, but yeah, it's just, I have some beef with this product. Let me know your thoughts. And my bottom two products are very predictable. It is both of these cleansers. I don't think I like CosRx's cleansers. This is very much a skin type thing. In the clip that I will show you, I washed my face with each of these on one side of my face because these are just not good matches for dry skin. This is way too stripping for my dry skin. The low pH Good Morning Gel Cleanser is a low pH cleanser, but again, most cleansers are low pH these days. You don't see a lot of soap products marketed to cleanse your face. The Calming Foam Cleanser is even on another level in terms of the amount of foaming that it gives your skin. And you know, that foaming sensation, that's a little drying for dry skin. So it's just totally not the right match for my skin type. But you know, again, this is where skin type is everything. These could be nice for some skin types, but I wouldn't recommend them for really normal to dry skin. And my friends, we've done it. We've re-reviewed CosRx. We've ranked all of the CosRx products. Let me know your thoughts. Let me know what other brands you would like to see me give you a 2023 update to. I did want to let you know I am going to do some more American brands. I've had requests to talk about Bioma as well as the In Beauty Project. Those are my next two brands that I will be doing a review on. Not a re-review, a review. But I'm always open to other suggestions, so feel free to leave your thoughts in the comment section below. I hope you all have a wonderful week. Thank you for watching. If you enjoyed, make sure to like and subscribe, and I will see you all next time.